Ladies, are you tired of spending so much money on a night's full face? Come to Xxx Studios and allow me to enhance your beauty for a reasonable price. Xxx Studios, touched by toil. Xxx Studios, touched by toil. Xxx Studios, touched by toil.
Have you ever had to pay your own rent without a job and you got children to feed?
Yes, and I didn't go strip.
I didn't. Wait a minute now. I ain't say you went in strip, but you didn't have a job. So what money did you come by to feed your children or to like do what you had to do as a mother? You had to borrow money from somebody?
No, I went and took my butt out there and did my own business.
Yeah, but I'm saying at a moment in your life.
Even when I was using food stamps, okay, a lot of people are on government assistance. I took it. I went, cooked some food. There's different things you can do before going to that route. But that was not my solution. I guess because of my background and I grew up in the church, my solution, I relied on Jesus. I'm just be honest. I didn't rely on man to come out of my situation. Okay, if I was on government assistance, then I learned, hey, what can I do? Maybe I need to go sell me something because food make a lot of money. Flip it, create it, and turn it into a business for yourself.
Yeah, but that's fraud because if you get caught by the government, you're going straight to jail.
Well, not really.
Yes, really. That's the law.
Oh yeah.
If you got
that's
your
the law,
food,
sweetheart.
If they catch you doing
cannot
something
get
other than just using
nothing.
boy, they go cut you off. For one, they go cut your legs for money. They go cut your legs for money because they feel like you just using them. Which you ain't using them. You just trying to better yourself.
What you saying?
Trying to better yourself.
As far as bettering yourself is perfect.
That's what you're supposed to do.
How you looking at things? You're not looking at things in a real life manner. You're looking at things like how you want to see things go in life. Everybody have that dream that they want to see, but that just don't work like that.
No, I was living out my car.
I used to wonder why some
living
people
out a motel.
get hood and never move out of their hood. You understand what I'm saying? Until I got there and had to listen to these older ladies taking care of their daughter kids, their sons' kids. They got their grandkids while the kids ripping and running the streets, and they don't care about these children. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like that lady told me, before I go run and get a house that I know I cannot afford to keep the upcoming, like the grass and the water and this and that lady said, I'll stay in my hood paying whatever I'm paying right now because I'm comfortable with paying it. And it ain't about where you at. Because whether you in hood or not, it's still a building, a place, an apartment, a complex, whatever you want to call it. It's what you make it.
How you make it on the inside. And like
you got some people that live in Section 8 that got big ass houses and not paying no money. So you cannot compare yourself. You got Section 8, you cannot compare yourself with nobody with hood because y'all in the same predicament. True. You just can afford to keep the upcomings up on your house. And they can't. But see, that's the difference.
I guess for people who have struggled and who goes through the struggle, that becomes a problem because now a lot of people they'd rather pay $100, which is great, versus $1,500, a month or whatever.
Why would I pay $1,500 to a house that's not even going to be mine in a couple of years? Like it don't make no sense.
But a lot of people are.
If I'm gonna pay $1,500, it's gonna be in a house that's gonna have my name on the deed. That's when I'm gonna pay $1,500.
It's kind of weird because the system's set up now. You got a lot of people that are on HUD, a lot of people that are on Section 8, and they pay $100. Then you got the mothers who are struggling and who can't find a decent job because of people who do abuse the system. They won't give people with families who do go out and work and who are trying to do it the right way instead of going to do it, taking off their clothes or whatever. That's what the whole thing is messed up.
You got some women that go to church every Sunday and a prostitute in their house.
True.
I mean, so how could you
it's everywhere.
Judge
it's
a woman
everywhere.
I don't get it.
When we go low, when we as people go low.
But how could you say it's other measures when you're not living that person's life? You don't know what that person is going through. So for you to look at her and say, she ain't got a strip. That's what I'm saying. You don't know, but you don't know what she did. What if she really did try? And could not come across nothing. And the only way she can feed her kids is shaking her ass. That's what's gonna work.
That happens a lot.
That's going to work.
And you see them.
I don't judge nobody. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you got some women that put on the front and be behind closed doors doing things that they have no business doing. Okay? It's one thing that you do what you do because you gotta do it, and it's another thing to hide, like you hiding from God what you doing. He see everything. Now, see, we talk about something
God
different.
approves that then? That's what you saying?
God is a forgiving God, and He's an understanding God. So if
God
she's taking off her clothes and dancing, if she's taking off her clothes and dancing for money, she making her way. I'm not saying what God gonna do or what God gonna say, and neither could you because you're not God. But we're gonna run it back where she's trying to take care of her family.
So why she don't rely on God then?
I'm pretty sure.
Everybody rely on God.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
How could you say she don't rely on God?
They are at church every Sunday faithful.
How you not think that if you believe in
God,
they're more
faithful than the person who downtown?
I'm not judging nobody.
Yes, you listen to what you say.
I'm not judging nobody. I know there's a better way, and I know the God that I serve. It goes by my faith. And some people, they don't wait on God.
They jump the gun. Do you not work?
Yeah, I don't work. When God supply all of my needs. So I had to go through my wilderness.
Your husband don't work.
My husband work. My husband.
So that means you has help. You're not listening to my point. You have help.
No,
I'm talking about you saying you rely on God. Now, don't get me wrong. I know when we pray and we ask God for things, if He want us to have it, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
If He feel that you need it.
But sometimes
it has to be a little situation.
You have to do something for yourself.
But
I had to go through my wilderness.
It only happens when it's time to happen. Not
the only one that
I went through my wilderness
experience. Had to go through
I went through my wilderness experience. Yes, I could have reverted and went to go strip and did some things.
That just wasn't what you wanted to do.
But I'm just explaining my point.
Right, that's not what you wanted to do.
Everybody
has. I ain't judging
nobody.
You judging when you saying why she did this instead of doing that. Okay, that's judging.
No, it's not.
I don't know if you know the definition. That's judging. That's judging. You put in a judgmental. You put in a judgmental state on her.
Okay. Everybody have their decision. My choice and my decision. I went through my wilderness decision. I've been there where I couldn't feed my kids. I lived in a motel. Had to go stay in a hotel, sleeping in the bed where prostitutes was. I had to go. I was homeless. Just 2 years ago, I was homeless. 2 years ago, my husband we lost our business. We lost our home. But the difference between me and I guess somebody that will go strip, I relied on God. My faith is what got me through. Because I had to go stay with people. Sometimes God will put us through situations where we have to rely on Him and not man. And I stood on my faith. And because I did, God came back and rewarded me.
That's understandable.
I was getting sick on the job, working for University of Miami. The one, how you say, with an education. Even us that do have education, we'll have to go through things in life because God wants to get the glory.
So why you don't understand a woman that doesn't have the education to go out and get a job?
We have two different views. I didn't rely on man to supply my needs. If that's her view, that's her view. Good, great. I'm looking at it from a spirit for me. I can't judge nobody. For Sharina, I'm thinking about my crown, which means more to me than the financial need right now. If me and my kids have to live on the street, I'm going to serve God and I'm going to go by His principles and go by His ways. But because of my faithfulness, when I was going through, I relied on Jesus. 2 weeks after I lost it all, we was hurting. Didn't know where we was going. My husband now works for Florida East Coast Railways, making almost $100,000 a year because of our faithfulness. Because when we were going through, we didn't revert to other measures. Because when we didn't know where we was going to go, God came back and supplied.
That's understandable.
I've never been
but
hungry.
Just because she chooses to strip doesn't mean that God is going to eventually deliver her from her dancing in the club.
You know what the good thing is?
I'm not getting it
when you fail. Because everybody fails.
Everybody fails.
When you fail,
true.
You saying because you didn't script,
Right.
No. What I'm saying
is,
what the thing is we're saying is
you can't do that.
You didn't do anything when you failed. You just sat there and you waited on God. Basically what you're saying. That's basically
what you're saying. We all fall. We all fall short of the glory of God. But I'm saying during my wilderness experience, when I lost it all, instead of going to what I know that is contrary to the things of God, because sometimes Satan will make things look so good and so glamorous and so.
No es solamente el sabor, también es la cultura. Sabroso sauce, seafood and chicken dip.
I know that,
but you're still that's not moral. When you,
but the thing is, okay, put like this.
Every sin is a sin.
That's what I'm saying. Sin is sin. That's what I'm saying. Sin is sin. So it's like the person on the pole, versus you doing something versus the rules of the land.
It doesn't make
still the sin.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's still the same sin. So what I'm saying is, you still commit when you fail. You still do other things other than sit there and wait on God. That's what I'm saying. Because you still have choice. You still have choice. Because no matter how you up right now, you can counter for the stuff you did bad for. Period. It don't matter where you at now. It's your decision on what you're doing now.
Correct.
It's gonna make you better. So you doing your program and saving people's lives.
Correct.
He may do this for you.
Right.
He may say, okay then. You put time in, I'm gonna take that away.
Right.
But that's just how it is in life, period. Everybody gonna take their phone, they just didn't make a decision.
Correct.
See, how you came up didn't make you go to the pole. They the next person's decision. Because how they came up, they gonna make that money.
Right.
Exactly.
They're not doing it as a desire. It's not a desire.
Right.
It's something they have to do.
This is what
but that's my thing is, when you train somebody at a young age, like she said, like you just said, maybe because of their upbringing, that's what they feel like that's all that they can do. There's other things that you can do besides that. Maybe you weren't trained. But I don't want people to think that that's the mentality, because a lot of people, because of TV, think that's the mentality. Hey,
you got stripper TV, radio, and all that. But at the end of the day, my whole thing is a stripper is not just, you got people out here stripping, you got people out here prostituting, you got people out here selling drugs.
Correct.
You got people out here doing
fraud,
correct,
stealing people information. They selling your house right up underneath your nose.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff going on out here that ain't of God, and you can't sit up there and categorize what somebody doing. All of it is wrong.
Yes,
it's wrong.
Yes.
You can't just itemize one thing and say, oh, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, but she stripped. So that's wrong.
We're not making her at the top.
But all of it's wrong. You're not listening to yourself. And that's what we getting from you. Because all you saying is, instead of me going on the pole, I waited on God. That's understandable for you, because that's the route you wanted to take.
Correct.
You feel like you know God a certain way, and you was raised up a certain way.
Correct.
Then that's how you handled yourself.
Correct.
She probably wasn't raised like you.
And that's
or that person, but that doesn't mean because you think you're gonna come in and talk to children that comes up that would change their system. Now that might happen in 1 out of 10 children. You understand what I'm saying? But these children still gotta live with their parents.
After you finish talking to them, they go back to the same environment.
Like they've only seen certain things. They've only seen this area.
What you say in this area, you got people in Kansas City living like that. You got people in Broward living like that. You got people down south living like that.
They never got a chance to see the finer things of life. They only see
it ain't just here. It's everywhere.
Yeah. I'm trying to express it in a way. You get what I'm saying? Like if you've only seen a bad thing, but now you're trying to show people the good side. There is a better way.
That's just like my life.
There is a better way than the pole. I'm sorry. There is better ways than just drugs. There are better ways than the lifestyle that people live. But
yeah, but when you come up watching certain things, that's all you
all you know.
accustomed to in life.
True.
So whether you talk to me or not and tell me that it's a good thing or a bad thing, yeah, it's up to me to take in what you say.
Yeah.
Or I gotta live over here.
Yes.
Yes, Miss Sherry, whatever what's your
Yeah.
name? You talk some good, you motivate me, whatever. They might say all of that.
Yeah.
Might love to be around you and everything.
Mhm.
But they still gotta go home.
Correct.
They
And
still
what they go
gotta
home
home.
to
And
is
that's
what
why
they
we
custom
help
to.
You can help them talk.
We
I
help them now.
get you on that
We
part.
try to help their moms too because I don't find
You
I
don't
don't
help
I can't
nobody
just-
set in their ways though.
Once they get older,
You would never help
to
nobody
some,
set in
to
their
some
ways.
degree. Some people do want to change.
People who want to change.
People do want to change.
That-
Like I say, the key is some people got to get delivered. They don't know. There are some things they are bound to. There are some spirits that are working against them, and they can't go further because the spirit ain't gonna release them.
I just don't.
It's-
I mean,
they're not.
you may feel like that, but I believe when people want to change, everybody go through things. Like everybody.
that's how you make the best out of a person.
That's what I'm saying.
You have to go through something.
You gonna have to.
If you won't know how to appreciate your lifestyle if you ain't go through bad.
Go through it. Like my
It's
mom
a
and my daddy
balance.
sold drugs all the
Yin
time.
and yang, good and bad. It's a balance in
From
life,
a little
period.
girl coming up. All
If
I
you
see
ain't
was
never
money,
take, you ain't
cars,
never bought the steps and know how to
everything.
feel the top,
and
you will
then
never know what the
they went to
bottom is.
prison,
That's
everything
what
was
it is,
took
right?
away. I know I had to do something in my life to raise my children up the right way without leaving my kids. You understand what I'm saying? Going to prison
Correct.
behind drugs. So I was blessed with a gift.
Yes.
And that's why I used it. Instead of being in jail, I'm out here with my kids. You understand what I'm saying? People do change, and that's only if they want to.
Correct, and that's why with
Not
I'm
just
like
use-
doing cooking programs. Cause a lot of girls don't even know how to cook. So I'm going back in to teach them how to do the things that mothers probably that didn't have the time to go back and show them. Not saying, because I don't want you to get it twisted, we all fall short. We all make mistakes. I just don't want it to be like, because a lot of people
You don't want that to be an option. You want to take that option. You trying to take that option out the equation.
No. See, you looking at it wrong. They not looking at a stripper life like that's the doctor. They looking at it as if my kids got to eat tonight. If I go dance at this club tonight, I know what I can make tonight. Okay. It ain't about it being a doctor. It's about knowing what I can go get to come back and feed my kids tonight.
Okay, but then we
I doubt
also have the opportunity. If you have, that's the reason why we have an education system. Not saying everybody's the smartest, but if you get people who's going to help, if you lacking in school, this is where you this is what you do.
But you saying lacking in school? No, I'm talking about somebody lacking of taking care of their family at that moment.
But why couldn't they like get an education before it got to that point?
Everybody don't.
You
It's
not-
not everybody not living like that.
You gotta teach
not
me.
living.
Everybody not living that
Just like you say,
Everybody not coming up in that environment.
Teach them certain things.
Okay.
Everybody mama ain't make them go to school.
But for the people that I'm working with now, like, say you do have the opportunity, somebody is helping you, somebody is teaching you when your mama can't.
But I'm gonna go script that night because I gotta feed my kids.
That's for now.
You're
though.
not listening
I
to
get
me.
what you're saying, but I'm saying for the kids. I'm talking about my kids that I'm working with. Because remember, that's always. I understand people messed up. They're at that point, but we're trying to get it so they won't have to get to that point. So if you have somebody who is working with the kids, who is willing to put in the time, who's willing to teach them how to do better things, why should that be their goal now? Because now you should look at,
But tell me,
I
what
want to
would
get my
you
own
do
business.
at that moment for that person who needs to feed their children?
At that moment?
At that moment. They gotta feed them that
Well,
night.
if that's what they feel like they have to do, that's them. I just tell you, at my moment, what I did, I didn't rely on that.
Well, what you relied
I
on?
relied on my faith, and I'm telling you, that's what got me out of it.
Ladies, are you tired of spending so much money on a night's full face? Come to Xxx Studios and allow me to enhance your beauty for a reasonable price. Xxx Studios, touched by toil. Xxx Studios, touched by toil. Xxx Studios, touched by toil.
Hi, my name is Sharina Forshea Butler. I'm the founder and the director of My Sister's Keeper Place of Refuge.
Do us a favor and comment your opinion.
And go on our like page at Xxx Studios on Facebook and let us know what you think.